Let's go to question 3. Consider the function where k is a constant and x is not equal to 0. Write down f prime of x. First of all, since x squared is the denominator, we know the vertical asymptote line is x equals 0. For f prime of x equals, we need to change this into single power form, which is 96 times x to the negative second power plus kx. Then prime. We do know x to the nth power prime equals n times x to the power of n minus 1. Therefore, x prime equals 1, c prime equals 0, x to the negative first power prime equals negative 1 times x to the power of negative 2. Simplify negative 1 over x squared. X to the negative second power prime equals negative 2 times x to the negative third power, which is negative 2 over x to the third power. Always try to remember these 4 functions prime. So we get 96 times negative 2 over x to the third power plus x prime equals 1, so plus k, because k is the coefficient. Organize negative 192 over x to the third power plus k. Let's go to B. The graph of y equals f of x has a local minimum point at x equals 4. Show that k equals 3. Minimum point at x equals 4 means f prime of 4 equals 0. So we need to substitute 4 for this x in this derivative function. Negative 192 over 4 to the third power plus k equals 0. By solver, k equals 3. Let's go to C. The graph of y equals f of x has a local minimum point at x equals 4. This means k equals 3. Find f of 2. Let's go back to previous question. F of x equals 96 over x squared plus kx. Now we know k equals 3. Therefore, f of x equals 96 over x squared plus 3x. So f of 2 equals 96 over 2 squared plus 3 times 2 equals 30. Let's go to D. The graph of f of x has a local minimum point at x equals 4, which means k equals 3. Find f prime of 2. Go back to previous question. We know this is the function for f prime of x. Let's do the substitution. F prime of 2 equals negative 192 over 2 to the third power plus 3 equals negative 21. Let's go to E. The graph of y equals f of x has a local minimum point at x equals 4. All this means k equals 3. Find the equation of the normal to the graph of y equals f of x at the point where x equals 2. Give your answer in the form ax plus by plus d equals 0, where a, b, d are integers. Whenever you are looking for equation of normal line or tangent line, you got to remember 3 steps. First step, write down the point-slope form of a linear function. Since we are looking for normal line, we will write down m sub n times x minus x1. Let's check this x1 and y1 first. We are looking for normal line at the point where x equals 2. So 2 f of 2 is the x1, y1. We already figured out f of 2 from the previous question, which is 30. So we get 230 as x1, y1. Second step, we will look for slope of tangent line, which is f prime of 2 in D negative 21. Therefore, slope of normal line equals opposite reciprocal, which is 1 over 21. Third step, we will do the substitution to figure out the equation of normal line. Y minus y1 is 30 equals slope of normal line is 1 over 21 times x minus x1 is 2. Since we are looking for ax plus by plus d equals 0, first step, get rid of this 21 times 21 both sides. So 21 times y minus 30 equals, here is 1 left, x minus 2. Then we got to do distributive property. 21y minus 630 equals x minus 2. We are looking for equal to 0 form, so move everything from right side to the left side. Do not forget to change the sign. Negative x plus 2 plus 21y minus 630 equals 0. Simplify. Negative x plus 21y minus 628 equals 0. F. The graph of y equals f of x has a local minimum point at x equals 4, which means k equals 3. Sketch the graph of y equals f of x for x greater than equal to negative 5 or less than or equal to 10. Y greater than or equal to negative 10, less than or equal to 100. Use a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 5 units on the x-axis and a scale of 1 centimeter to represent 20 units on y-axis. Now let's label. This is x, here is y, this is the origin. For x-axis, 2 centimeters to represent 5 units. This is a 5, 10. This is a -5. For y-axis, 1 centimeter to represent 20 units. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. This is a -20. We need -10. It will be half. -10. So let me erase this -20. Let's go to calculator to check the function for f of x. Go to graph, delete everything. We need to change the window first. Window setting, x minimum, -5, x maximum, 10, scale, 5, y minimum, -10, y maximum, 100, scale, 20, then enter. Click on tab. Let's type in the function. Then enter. We need to figure out this x-intercept, and also here is a minimum point. We do know x equals 0 is a vertical asymptote line. Now let's work out this x-intercept and minimum point. Go to menu, go to 6, 1. We got -3.17. Then menu, 6, go to 2, minimum value, 418. The scale for x-axis, 1 unit in this stand for 0.5. So this is a -2.5, -3, -3.17. We just estimate here. Then sketch your graph like this. Label -3.17, 0, 418. On y-axis, this one small unit stand for 20/5, which is 4. So estimate 418, it will be here. When you sketch your graph on this graphing paper, you need to figure out what's the scale for one small unit on x-axis and on y-axis, so that you can accurately plot the key points, such as x-intercept, y-intercept, local maximum point or local minimum point. This function, we do have a vertical asymptote line. You can sketch this vertical asymptote line on your graph. Let's go to G. The graph of y equals f of x has a local minimum point at x equals 4, which means k equals 3. Write down the coordinates of the points where the graph of y equals f of x intersects x-axis. We already figured this out in previous question, which is negative 3.170. Let's go to H. The graph of f of x has a local minimum point at x equals 4, which means k equals 3. State the value of x for which f of x is decreasing. Here is the rule for IB exam. If you get local minimum or local maximum or decreasing interval or increasing interval by graphing, you have to sketch the graph. Remember this rule. So for this question, we will figure this interval out by graphing. We will sketch the graph first. The minimum of is 418. And we have this vertical asymptote line. Decreasing interval will be x greater than 0, less than 4. Or you can write down interval form 0, 4.